left here in our test session. It shows 54 indicators so far, 30 times. A bunch of them in that 17.0s. Top 5 cars, 17.0.
Jesus, you got
203040405.
You've got a quarter of a tenth basically from first to fifth. And then even going back to Rod sitting 8th overall, 193, tenth and a half. No one's a little bit off pace at a 17.4. Yetter also a little off pace for the same. Which styles you guys managed to live out his ban from iRacing? Attempting to make his return. Technical difficulties that we all had a couple weeks ago.
Maybe he'll get her fixed up since there was an update or something that fixed you guys' issue, wasn't there?
Yeah, we checked for that. He didn't seem to have the update, but he's got it's an entirely different animal compared to those of us that run the Quest.
Gotcha.
Rift basically plugs directly into his graphics card, and it sends the information right to the headset, whereas those of us with the Quest, it's a whole second entity that kind of links between the computer.
Sure. Well, hopefully Mitch gets that fixed up here. We only have about a minute left here for our test session. I believe we got 10 cars tonight. That's including Mitch.
11 if Mitch makes the show.
There we go. Yep.
We got 10 without him.
You're right.
Let's see, we got Yetter back, who's after missing a few weeks here, so he'll be back on the Raceway. I want to say. No, I think it just was yanking late, but traded the wins here earlier in the season.
Shout out to Levi. In real life racing, I hear there's some big news that he shared here in the past couple of weeks. Signing on with a team, getting put in a seat. Congratulations, Levi Yetter.
Something that you are fortunate to be able to do is not have to worry about maintaining the car per se. Their only responsibility is to show up and wheel it. So, oh boy, Rod is running in. Is he running the same one as Tyler?
I didn't look. So that'll wrap up our test session. Checkered flag is out. Nick Anderson tops the chart with that 17.026. I have 2 heat races here tonight. First one, 6 cars gridded up. Starting on the pole, this one will be the 96 of Tyler Ruggie. Outside of Tyler, in the 9 car, Levi Yetter.
Inside row number 2, your current points leader in the 54 star of Nick Anderson. And to the outside, his brother in the 728 of Nolan Anderson.
Inside row 3, we'll see the 26 of Daniel Collins. Outside of Daniel at the 25, Blaze Harrison.
Are we going to see some Anderson antics going on here?
I'm not calling it. Not calling it. Well, Nick Anderson has to drop to the back. No, Nick Anderson does not have to drop to the back. That would be late. Drop to the back. So, I was about to say, I mean, Nick has really nothing to lose if they decide to do that. But yeah, he's got a lot of positions to lose if they decide to show some brotherly love here in this 8-lap heat race.
Apologize if we have some technical difficulties on the stream. Unfortunately, our producer Kevin Jackson was not able to be here, so he has left me in charge of the circus. So we'll see how this goes. I had limited experience running things on the back end, but we're live. We got some racing, and believe the pace truck's getting ready to duck off. It is. So we'll see if there's any love lost here between these front two.
Green flag.
It takes forever for the green to come out here in Knoxville. All raceways. Green is out. Tyler G. Pretty wide.
Bottom. Made it work, but no, it's still in the middle. Alright, no longer the monkey. Falling back a little bit. Drop it back to fifth. Audio is a little too loud on the race cars. Hopefully that's a little bit better.
Tyler Ruggie's still holding on here. We only got a couple more laps to go. Nick Anderson trying to apply some pressure here with the closing laps. Dennis Harrison, Levi Yetter, top four. Daniel Collins rounding out that top five.
Getting ready to come by white flag here in heat race number one. Is Nick going to have enough time?
Well, he got her down in there pretty good. Just scraped off a lot of speed there, pinching down at the bottom.
Coming through
Pretty
3 and 4.
evenly marked cars here.
Tight battle for third place. I don't know who got that one. Tyler Ruggie will hold on to take the win in heat race number one. Nick Anderson second. I do believe it credited Blaze Harrison with third. Levi Yetter fourth. Daniel Collins sixth or fifth. And
No one
fell back to sixth.
Yep.
All right, we got
heat race number two. I'm sorry, heat race number two taking shape here in the front row, in the front stretch. 27 of Michael Lake will start on the pole. Did Mitch make it out there? I'm not on that screen.
He did. He has made it.
Mitch Stiles has made it. Mitch Stiles will start outside front row.
All right, so we got Lake and Stiles on the front row. Row number two, we'll see the 94 of Chad Ruggie. To his outside, the 15 of Austin Barr.
And rounding out the field in the 66, Rod Merritts.
Good to see Mitch back with us. Hopefully he can behave himself in the officials outside of league nights and
stay out of them dang officials.
There's some shenanigans going on with the 94 and the 66 back there.
Sure. Yeah, those officials for me, all they do is cause frustration. So yeah, I stay away from them.
I do my one a week, trying to get my minimum for the free iRacing money that it hands out, but
Gotcha.
Outside of that, I don't put that much time and effort into it. It's just
I don't think I've been an official for probably close to 2 years. Pace truck ducking off here. They will go on that green light. Michael Lake, Mitch Stiles on that front row.
Green.
Green is out. Good start by Michael Lake.
Chad Ruggie is able to Ooh, maybe. Got a little tight there between the 94 and the 54, but
Yeah.
everyone's keeping her pointing in the right direction. I was trying to get Mitch to send me a clip of what he did to get himself banned from iRacing for his short vacation. Oh!
Oh, contact Mitch Stiles and Rod Merritt's as Mitch got up on that inside berm and pushed himself out. Rodney Merritt's nowhere to go. Heavy contact with the left front of that 66 car.
Good battle between Chad. Oh!
Contact there as well.
A little more elbows up here in heat race number 2 than we were in the first heat race. So,
well, track position is a big thing here, I believe, and you're just doing everything you can to make up some spots and help yourself out in the starting grid for that feature.
and the lap times are just so on top of each other. I mean,
Sure.
Chad
Yeah, once
lost a little momentum on that lap. Let's see, 17.836, 17.690, 17.703, 739, 834. So Austin Barr actually is the quickest on track right now as we're coming to 2 to go here in heat race number 2. So everyone's kind of found themselves single filed out. That lap, actually, Chad was the quickest. So we're coming to the white flag. Are we going to have a battle here? Chad's going to have something to say about it. He might return the favor with a slide job.
Sure.
He'll keep it around the bottom.
Decided to not let it float up there.
I think he just gave up too much momentum to be able to do anything here in 3 and 4. Blake is going to hold on for the checkered in heat race number 2, followed by Barr, Chad Ruggie, Mitch Stiles, and Rod Merritt's. So we will see.
Michael Lake will be dropping back to the tail of this field here at the start of our feature, last week's feature winner. Did gain some heat race points, though. His efforts won't go without reward.
He'll actually close the gap just on the heat race alone. 1 point to Nick Anderson.
Sure.
So I'm sure we're going to watch that 27 banging the boards all night, making his way from the back. Definitely should have put on one heck of a show. Looks like Yetter might have been having some connection problems. Hopefully he's got that all sorted out so we can complete our 70 circuits here.
Just a couple seconds left here. These guys making some adjustments for this feature event. We'll go 70 laps here tonight. Adding some fuel and making all those spring and shock adjustments and whatever else they might get into.
Definitely be tweaking some tire pressures from heat race to feature.
Absolutely.
All right, as they get ready to take the grid here, I'll let you start us off here for our feature lineup.
On the front row, starting pole will be the 96 Tyler Ruggie. Outside of Tyler in a 27 Michael Lake.
Inside row number 2, your points leader in the 54 star, Nick Anderson. 2 is outside the 15 of Austin Barr.
Inside row number 3, we'll see the 25 of Blaze Harrison. Outside of Blaze in the 94, Chad Ruggie.
Inside our next row, we have the number 9 of Levi Yetter. 2 is outside the 54 of Mitch Stiles.
Inside row 5, we'll see the 26 of Daniel Collins. Outside of Daniel in the 66, Rod Merritt's.
And I don't see Nolan to the grid yet. Hopefully he gets there before. There he is. There we are. Nolan Anderson rounding out the field in the 728.
Well, if I know him and his big change for a setup, he just added about 12, 13 gallon of gas, and we'll call it a good setup.
All right, as we had mentioned, you will see Lake go to the far outside. That entire outside row will move up one spot. Don't know if they will shuffle Nolan ahead of him or not. Nope, maybe. I might still be figuring that out, whether Nolan's going to move up or if Lake's just going to tail the outside line.
Oh, Nolan back into the pit area. What? I don't know.
That was
Nolan
abrupt.
Anderson. Yes, I'm not sure what he's going to be able to do in there.
I'm hoping he didn't forget to add fuel, because if he did, it's a little too late. He's not going to get
like,
that opportunity.
Yeah. And his car well, he's sitting on pit road. About the only thing that really makes a whole lot of sense would be fuel, but like you said, too late for that.
Unfortunately, with iRacing, once you take the grid, you are no longer able to make any changes to the car.
Green flag.
Well, green flag is out. Tyler Ruggie to the inside.
We're
Bar.
gonna be 3 wide further back in the field. Yetter, Harrison,
Ruggie,
and
we're 3 wide again.
oh, we're gonna get a little tight. All right, guys, it's lap 2 of 70, not 2 to go. Oh,
Nick Anderson, Chad Ruggie, little contact.
Little 54 on 54 contact there.
Yeah.
Because right now, if I'm Michael Lake, I don't know where I want to be in this. It's a hornet's nest right from the start.
Well, right now I would be hanging back and letting everybody decide what they're going to do, because we continue to do these 2-3 wide battles for 70 laps. We will see some oval track specialty cautions.
Big old move there by Nick Anderson. 2 for 1.
Yetter, Levi Yetter and Mitch Stiles. Tyler Ruggie continues to lead this. Austin Barr, Chad Ruggie battling for that second position. Now Nick Anderson up underneath Chad Ruggie.
I don't think Nick
Levi Yetter
expected
back down to the inside. Yeah, I'm not sure if Chad checked up just a little more than Nick was hoping for, or Nick Anderson losing a couple spots back there as he jumps that cushion, allows Mitch Stiles around. Now we're getting a battle for the lead here. Austin Barr on the outside, Tyler Ruggie to the inside. See if that outside's got a little bit more momentum in it. Give that one to Tyler Ruggie by half a car. Austin Barr on the outside, big
Barr
run
with
coming
a
out of the corner.
massive run. The other thing these guys got to pay attention to is not too far ahead is Nolan Anderson after
whatever he had going on there, yeah.
Some contact between the 54 Star and the 94R. So they'll get themselves sorted out. Looks like a little bit of damage there on the 54. Looks like just that filler piece got folded up there a little bit.
Mitch Stiles right on that back spoiler of Levi Yetter as they're rolling around the top side there for that 3rd and 4th position. Austin Barr showing some power down the straightaway. Tyler Ruggie, the only one down there on the very bottom. Those cars will use some momentum.
I think he's channeling that paint scheme in his inner Rod Merritts and just kind of rolling the bottom right now. Maybe trying to save a little bit of tires.
Yeah,
These 3 out front are not saving anything.
Nope. Well, he's rolling the bottom, but he just got rolled around by 3 cars as he'll drop back to that 4th position. Nick Anderson now into that top 5. Oh, sticking his nose in between there. Clark had to back out of it just a little bit. We got a battle for the lead here. Levi Yetter, Mitch Stiles. 3 wide down the front stretch. Nick Anderson now splits Tyler Ruggie and Austin Barr to take over that 3rd position. Levi Yetter continues to lead here. Mitch Stiles applying some pressure.
Looks like everyone, at least for now, has kind of settled into a groove here. Lake's still marching his way forward here.
Mitch Stiles with a slide job. Levi Yetter crossing back over, down on the bottom side. He'll throw that slide job back. Mitch Stiles tries to cross it back.
I think Stiles had that lap by, as Tyler likes to say, half a cat's whisker.
Levi Yetter back down to the bottom. Will he throw a slider? He does. Mitch Stiles sees it coming, cuts down nice and early. Right back around him. Mitch catches a little bit of that inside berm there. Causes that car to skate up just a little bit. Not a whole lot of fouls. These guys are approaching that 728 of Nolan Anderson. Mitch Stiles will lead that one.
These two are definitely going back and forth here at the front.
Absolutely.
Nick's kind of not really pushing that car very hard. He's kind of setting it in the corner and just kind of letting it slide up to the cushion. So running kind of like a half slider line. As things might get dicey here at the front. Stiles up high. Yetter.
He splits him and throws a slider as he timed that just perfect. Mitch probably wasn't quite expecting to see that as they just went around that 728 of Anderson.
Definitely two of our drivers more on the aggressive side of the scale here at the front. Not afraid to rub some fenders and throw the car in some tight places. So it's definitely going to be a show here at the front, and not a whole lot going on further back to the field as the rest of the field makes their way around the 728.
Mitch Stiles now looking to the inside. Levi Yetter just a little bit out over that cushion, able to keep some traction as he maintains that first position.
I just worry, how much are we going to see these guys fall off here at the end as we're coming to lap 24 of 70. So we're definitely...
Yeah. I think if I remember talking tire wear with our podium finishes here last visit, they really surprised on not a whole lot of tire wear here at Knoxville in these cars. So maybe it's something they just decided. I mean, obviously somebody's going to have a little bit more than others, but is it worth keeping that track position? And, you know, they've got a pretty lightning fast pace up here right now. There's definitely no conserving equipment going on right here for the top two for sure.
It's definitely one of those that you can definitely put
Michael
yourself
Lake
in
has
a...
now...
Oh, go ahead.
No, I just saying I got a glimpse of Michael Lake back there in the fourth position after starting tail end of this field. About ready to join these top three here. Michael Lake bringing along Rodney Merritts.
Touched on saving, and that's a double-edged sword. You know, if you you conserve too much and, you know, let the front guys get a gap on you, it's really tough to run that gap down.
Sure, absolutely.
I felt that with our race last week, trying to run you down until we got that late caution. these two
Yeah,
are
it's just,
still. Oh!
Caution's out.
Mitch Stiles,
All right, buddy, had a
I
couple
thought
line
was going to
fires
go
out
up
there.
over
How'd it
the
feel?
wall. Lake, heavy contact in there. I have to see.
definitely missed that there. Mitch Stiles coming out way on the high side. Looks like Levi Yetter down next to that inside berm.
Back this up a little bit. Look like Stiles got a big run on the outside, and Levi coming up from the bottom. They just kind of met at the front stretch, and unfortunately, Stiles got caught in the wall there. And let's see if I can try a different view here.
Yeah, Mitch had, he was up there, I don't want to say tight to the wall, but I mean, dang near, tight to the wall. Give himself just a little cushion there not to get into it. But,
yeah, definitely was one of those that Yetter probably should have realized he was out there, because any higher and Mitch would have been in the wall already. And just one of those, when you catch that right front in the wall, it just wants to stay there. So Stiles will get that car towed back to our, I don't have my sponsor sheet up, our hot pit, elevated outdoors hot pit, with our first oval track specialties caution of the evening.
I'm not sure how much damage Michael Lake took on there, but instant replay that I just watched, I'm surprised Michael Lake's even back out there. But nonetheless, Levi Yetter at the point here. Nick Anderson chose that inside line. Michael Lake on the outside of Anderson. We're working on lap 30 here, so 40 laps to go.
I don't know that with iRacing's model that it even registered Lake had any contact.
Lake's car didn't get upset through what would have been the crash, but Mitch's car reacted to getting hit. So, but looking at Lake's car right now, just one of those iRacing things. Doesn't look like Michael Lake took on any damage with that, as Nick Anderson now making his bid for that top spot was able to get around Levi momentarily, as Levi will throw it back to the bottom. Slide job on the 54 of Anderson. Anderson not able to cross it over, as Michael Lake was looking to the inside of the 54. Now Nick Anderson down in the middle of the track trying to take over, will get overtaken by the Levi Yetter. Tyler Ruggie down to the inside of Michael Lake, battling back there for that third and fourth position.
It's definitely given everybody an opportunity to bunch back together. Not quite here halfway, so might start to see some guys pushing it a little harder than they did the first stanza of the event here, as it does look like Mitch Stiles has parked it, and I don't see the 728 out there any longer either. So we got 9 cars still here on track, as Levi Yetter still leads the way, but hot on his tails is our top 2 in points in second and third right here. So Lake's going to definitely want to do what he can to finish ahead of that 54, try and close that point gap a little bit.
See if he puts that right rear into the wall again. I seen Michael Lake the previous 2 laps just putting that right rear quarter panel right against the wall there. A little bit of sparks. Oh my, Michael Lake throws it in there. Heavy contact with our leader, Levi Yetter. Somehow Levi kept that thing straight and really didn't affect it too bad. But I tell you what, Michael Lake sent it into that 3 and 4.
He definitely thought better of it. Late race, he might not have pulled up from that that massive slide job that he was setting up for, but
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's seen in the driver's view opportunity for a twofer there and a slide job, but no harm, no fouls. Everybody keeps him straight. Michael Lake actually got the short end of the stick there with taking off a lot of that momentum. Allows Tyler Ruggie to get back around him for third position.
to it, looking here at our top 5 cars, the only one of our top 5 that has yet to pick up a win this year is Austin Barr, currently sitting in 5th, but under heavy pressure by Rod Meritz and Chad Ruggie.
Nick Anderson out there on the cushion, boys. He got that car straight. Not a whole lot of slideways whatsoever for the 54 of Nick Anderson, and that's got to be helping with some tire wear if he's worried about it at this point. But the car looks settled down and pretty stable out there on the outside.
If I was Nick Anderson and saw what happened to the other 54 on the outside of Yetter, I might be
well,
a little cautious sticking my nose out there coming out of turn 4.
Yep. I mean, there was a car length in between them here a lap ago, and Levi just came up against the wall about halfway down the straightaway. Just comes out against the wall, and he wouldn't know whether Nick Anderson's out there or not. I'm sure he can hear him, but doesn't mean he's beside him. You can still hear the cars behind you without them being up beside you. So yeah, it's something I would definitely have in the back of my mind too. As you see, if you watch that next time coming out of 4, you can see Yetter, if he does it again, he's almost changing 2.5 lanes in the straightaway, deep down the straightaway, changing lanes. So you see him drive across the track right there all the way, does leave a lane out there. There is room, but I'm not saying I want to put my car out there and test the width of it right now.
So jumping on board here with the 9 of Levi Yetter, and he is definitely grabbing a left front full of that berm.
Yeah.
As you see, from one extreme to the other, and Nick's on the outside, high, wide, and handsome, just ripping the lip. But like you said, he's able to keep that car pretty straight. Looks like 3 and 4 he's gonna, or 1 and 2 here, he's gonna enter kind of middle, slide up to the top.
Yeah, definitely a different entrance to each end of the track here for the 54.
Chasing both of these guys down is the 27 of Michael Lake. He's
bringing Tyler Ruggie right with him, though. Good battle here for the top 4. Rodney Merritt's not far out of the picture here in that 5th place.
Working lap 49 here of 70, so we're starting to wind down here. So it's going to start to see these guys showing their hands as far as what they've got for speed. And
yeah, I want to say it's almost go time, but watching these cars, I'm not sure if they got any more left to go.
To what we said about Tyler rolling the bottom, saving some tire. He's
sure, absolutely, yep.
Closing the gap ever so slightly. Yetter last time by, fastest car on track.
And if Tyler is saving any equipment, he's close enough to being able to maintain what he's doing, and definitely enough laps here to engage that saving strategy. And
Nick's got a good run on the outside. Yetter throws it in deep. Is Yetter going to leave a lane on the high side?
Just. I was waiting.
It's there, but...
Yeah. But you see what I'm talking there. Levi just, late in the straightaway, just lets that car ever so slightly drift towards the wall.
He's definitely running a defensive exit out of 4.
Sure.
But That time he didn't do that. He was only about halfway down the track, so we'll see how much of it is a game, how much of it is he can hear him on the outside, so he's... Ooh,
Yeah.
a little bit of contact there between Tyler Ruggie and Michael Lake. Just kind of looking back here through the field. Not really a whole lot going on at the back.
No,
All of the action
no.
here is in our
Can't
top
say.
5.
Yeah, Chad Ruggie out there way by himself. Big gap between behind him and in front of him, so he's just kind of out there by himself. He's probably searching for a little bit of speed, see if he can't find something to gain on the car in front of him. You know, these guys outside of the top 5 definitely looking for that oval track specialty caution.
See what, last couple laps, Rod Merritt's has been the fastest car on the track. He's...
We've seen this from Rod Merritt's before. Another one of them guys that's happy to be, you know, mid-pack, even back-pack, back of the pack, much of the race until the closing, you know, 20 laps or so, and all of a sudden that car comes to life as he was able to get around Tyler Ruggie. Now puts himself in that 4th position as he gets over that cushion just a little bit, rubs up on that wall. He's still getting into it as he's
giving that right rear everything it's worth.
He knows. Well, you talked about go time. I'll have to say Rodney Merritt's is he's on a different pair than he was 10 laps ago. So it's go time for Rod Merritt's as he shows some strength here with about 10 laps to go here.
I'm just so surprised to see Lake rolling.
Big run on Michael Lake. He puts her down to the inside. Michael Lake holds that position in the middle of the track. Rod Merritt's down low, a little bit of contact, no harm, no foul. Rodney Merritt's will try it again. Will he throw a slider? He will. He'll keep a lane up there. Michael Lake crosses him over. Gets a run, will return that favor. I guarantee it.
Yes.
Tyler Ruggie jumps that cushion just a little bit.
One thing I was just getting ready to say there before we got a little bit of action.
Action.
Quite surprised to see that 27 run the bottom up until, you know, Rod was able to get by him, and he rolls back to the top. Just oh,
Sure.
Something wrong with Yetter?
Sure.
Is he broke? Is he out of fuel? Our leader with troubles. That will...
He's in the pit. What exactly? I don't know.
We'll have to go back and look at that if we get a break, but...
Nick Anderson says, thank you very much,
Yeah,
Levi
really?
Yetter. I hope there was nothing between the two of them that happened without me seeing it that I say that, but Nick Anderson... I do see some damage on the left front of that 54 car, but that might have been from earlier. You know what? I'm going to go take a quick look back here.
You can fill us in on that as we come to 5 to go. Nick Anderson inheriting the lead. Rod Merritt's now sitting P2. Podium right now, battle between the 27 of Lake and the 96 of Tyler Ruggie. And about a straightaway back is the 94 of Chad Ruggie. So, and then he's got about another straightaway gap back to the next car in line.
So there was no contact with our second place car, Nick Anderson and Levi Yetter. Levi Yetter come out of turn 4 on the bottom, and looks like that car ran out of fuel.
Oof.
I don't know if that's the case, but there was no spinning, no wrecking, that car just lost power.
Some of these guys, you know, especially Yetter was up there running hammer down on the high side there lap after lap. We've got popsicle sticks in the air. That's one of the risks that you take. Myself,
Absolutely.
I'd rather have an extra few gallons of fuel sitting in the tank at the end than run out.
If I don't have 10-gallon at the end, I didn't have enough fuel. We got a battle back here for the third spot. Tyler Ruggie and Michael Lake. Rodney Merritt sitting comfortably in that second spot right now as we got, we're on last lap here, aren't we?
Yeah, we have entered the Smeal Racing Designs 1 to go, as Nick Anderson will pretty uneventfully exit 3 and 4 here and pick up yet another victory here this season, followed by Rod Merritt in second. Just trying to get back through. Tyler Rushi third, Lake fourth.
If I'm not mistaken, that'll put feature win number 6. Let me check back.
Let me pull up our... That'll be win number 5.
Win number 5.
So that will break the tie that we had between the 54 and the 27 at 4 wins apiece. See that 9 car sitting in the background as our top 3 will make their way to the front stretch here. Just gotta be absolutely gutted for the number 9 running a very strong race, and to lose it on fuel, that's a hard way to give up a win.
We'll go. We have our Elevated Outdoor Hot Pit. Thank you for that sponsorship. We didn't get to mention you tonight. Newcomb Automotive Hard Charger of the race. We are looking at...
That'd be Rod? 10th to 2nd?
10th to 2nd.
Because
Yeah,
Lake...
Michael would have been 11th to 4th.
Well, I guess technically Rod would have been 8th to 2nd. Lake would have been 10th to 4th, which would give it to Rod for the higher finishing positions. So Rod
Okay.
Merritt's will be our Newcomb Automotive Hard Charger of the race. As out of the car in victory lane here, as I am drawing a blank on the sponsor. I apologize for that.
Back road powder coating.
There we go. So, Nick, talk about having a one handed to you. You definitely were giving it a fight, but what'd you think there in the last handful of laps when you saw that 9 slow off the corner?
Yeah, I really didn't know what to think there. A couple laps there, I was trying to, kind of push the issue and, maybe try to get to his outside. And a couple times I did, but I was a little gun shy just seeing what happened, previous on the first caution there with Mitch Stiles. So that was unfortunate to see. I was a little hesitant on trying to be up there. I don't know if I would have had a car to actually get around him or not, but I knew we were going to give her everything she had.
Yeah, it's
So we're
definitely
guessing we ran out of fuel is what we're, without talking with Levi, just went back, look at the replay. Looks like that car just lost power.
Yeah, I think he did come over and say that he was out of fuel.
Gotcha. Well, had started third place, didn't have to go to the back tonight. Great points night. As we talked about earlier, and every time here at Knoxville, everybody's just so close. Lap times are so close, and the front 5 there at any point was anybody's race. Top 5 had the rest of the field covered, but put on a good show tonight. And tell us a little bit more about your race.
Yeah, at the beginning there, I knew I had a better car for the longer run, or at least I was hoping, because it wasn't great at the beginning. We were kind of just riding there, and then we got caught up in a little bit of beating and banging and some dooring and stuff like that. So that kind of lit a fire under my ass, and I just wanted to get out of there, get ahead as many as I could right there, and we were able to kind of just settle in there and really just find where I wanted to be at and where I felt like I was best at. And for a while there, I was a little hesitant rolling the top with Levi there and Mitch Stiles. Just because I knew Tyler was also had a good piece and he was running the bottom, and they started like a freight train around the top, which you want to pass cars, but you don't want to use up that right rear in these longer races. So I was a little hesitant on what I wanted to do. So I kind of stayed up top there and just kind of putted around what I felt like on the right rear, and was trying not to abuse it too much, but try not to get ran over. And Yeah, then we had a good battle there. It was unfortunate to see Mitch's night end like that, but we put up a good fight, I think, with Yetter. Like I said, I don't know if I would have had quite enough to get around him or not, but I knew we were going to go because when I told myself that we were going to try something, try to get at it a little harder coming out of four, I was able to come up to his door a little bit, but it would have I would have liked to see how it planned out with Yetter not running out of fuel because you'll take a win any way you can get him, but you hate to take him like that. But yeah, all in all, we really can't complain. Move on to next week.
Yeah, you had mentioned just kind of riding around on the top, and if you look at what you're talking about in your lap times, people are going to say, "Well, how's that riding around?" But I was even able to mention how straight your car looked, and just kind of keeping it underneath you, not abusing it, and maybe saving up something here for the last 10 or 15 or whatever you decided to do. But as always, good showing, Nick. Good smooth racing, like you always show us. Anybody you'd like to thank before we move on to second place?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for streaming this every week, giving us something to do, and giving us something to watch back, and all the family and friends that like to watch this, giving them something to watch us do on a Tuesday night. And then, you can't thank Tyler and Chad Ruggie enough for everything they pour into this league week in and week out. There's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes that, some drivers don't see. They just show up on Tuesday and race and think that's it. But there's a whole lot more that goes in behind it, and those two are the guys to thank for that. And all the league sponsors, the Victory Lane, the White Flag One to Go, the Hot Pit, all three divisions, all of them, and then all the drivers out there. I mean, you can't go anywhere else and run as tight as you can with these guys and as hard as you can with these guys and still walk away with a piece at the end and still have a smile on your face.
Well, Nick, congratulations. Feature win number 5, I believe. So congratulations. We'll see you back here next week.
Thank you.
Second place, Rod Merritt's in the house. Roddy Merritt's, boy, what a showing. Gridded up 10th. Brought it home second place tonight. First half of the race, doing it in Rod Merritt's kind of style, just kind of back there minding your own business. And all of a sudden, here comes that 66 car. Congratulations on a strong finish. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Yeah, man, it's good to be back on the podium. Had some trouble in the heat race there and got the left front knocked off, so started a little farther back than what I wanted to. But I think if I could have started more mid-pack, I would have had something for Nick there at the end. But I had to use a little bit more up there racing lake and getting by Chad and those guys. But yeah, it was an awesome race.
Yeah, like you mentioned, having a little bit for Nick Anderson there, and with Levi's bad luck, you would have found yourself battling for the lead all of a sudden. But that's the way it rolled out tonight. Obviously, you can't shrug your shoulders at 10th to 2nd. Put on some good, clean, close racing, and we appreciate that. Anybody you'd like to thank here, Rod?
Just like thank you guys for putting on these shows. It's been fun here on Tuesday nights. I think we only have a handful of races left, maybe about a month or two. But yeah, hopefully we can move the position up one more next week.
Well, congratulations, Rod. We'll see you back here at Knoxville next week.
Yep, thank you.
Third place, the 96 of Tyler Ruggie in the booth. Congratulations on a podium finish, Tyler. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Thank you. It was kind of wasn't sure, but had a good heat race car and started on the pole for the first time in a while, and I wasn't really sure how I wanted to pace, but I decided to kind of just roll the bottom there, and I was wondering how long till I kind of got freight trained around the top, and eventually I did, and I kind of moved up for a while, but I kind of wanted to save my stuff, and that bottom come in, and I was kind of content rolling fourth, just wishing I could get just a little bit more. We were all so even, but there at the end, it started to be a little bit quicker. Lake started to come back to me, and Rod was still going forward more than all of us. But all in all, I was just glad to be up front and have a competitive race, and I think the car was just getting a little bit better, and I was able to save my stuff how I wanted to.
Yeah, absolutely. As you mentioned, being down on the bottom side, one of the only cars down there tonight. Obviously, we know that saves a little bit on the equipment, saves a lot on tires, things like that. And the cars in front of you weren't going anywhere, though. So that's a great feeling when you're down there at the bottom, saving on some stuff, and your leaders really aren't pulling you. So I had a good setup underneath you for the bottom side here tonight. got yourself up into that podium finish, a strong finish with a great field of guys. You can't shrug your shoulders at that. So congratulations on another podium finish. And anybody you'd like to thank to close us down?
Well, I just want to thank everybody that's part of this, you and Smeal, and of course, my dad, and just everybody that makes this league. Because I mean, I love racing, but I really don't think I'd have iRacing without everybody that's here. So, just want to thank all of our league sponsors and all of them, and just a great group of guys to race with. Being able to slide Lake there and great sportsmanship on the last lap got him by just a little bit. I don't even know how close it was, but was able to make that pass, and he was, good sportsman about it, said it was all good, so good racing. So just a great group of guys, and just excited to keep on chugging along and maybe pick up a couple more.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again on that strong third place finish. We'll see you back here next week at Knoxville.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Well, Smill, there we have it. Super late model, 70 laps in the books here. Nick Anderson back on top, putting a little bit more padding on that points lead that he's got going on right now. And somebody just mentioned here, just a handful of laps left, which I wish that wasn't the case, but yeah, we're ticking them off here pretty fast. Good, clean, tight racing here tonight. Something we come to expect out of all these guys. And what's your thoughts on Knoxville super late models?
Definitely an eventful race. I don't necessarily know that it was eventful in the way that we were anticipating. Looking here at the points, Nick did manage to stretch his points lead out another 10 points here over Lake. Rod Merritts and Tyler Ruggio both jump up a spot each to third and fourth respectively. Chad'll drop a couple spots here to fifth, but you've got 5 points separating those three cars. So
Sure.
that third place position's a toss up for really any of those three. And even Lake and Anderson have pretty well stretched out a decent gap. It would take some rough races, but definitely some interesting points battles to watch for the rest of the season, as we've got just 7 races here to go in the 2025-2026 season.
Well, there we have it. Super late models will be back here next week for additional 10 or additional 15, 80, 85 laps here at Knoxville next week.
I believe 15s will be 85 laps in Knoxville.
Ready. So till then, we'll see you all back here at Knoxville. Stay tuned or retune for our big block modifieds coming up next.